morning, friends. Come on, guys. Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
Very good. I think a day has come, not necessarily for Great Lakes Institution, but for the entire world. All of us are amazed by the impact that Facebook has created. As a matter of fact, even before that, the internet has created. Internet in 1995 is far bigger and better than either the industrial revolution or the agricultural revolution or any other revolution which we have witnessed in the past 800, 900 years. This 1995 internet is really a great thing. And all of us, especially with the mobile technology and this internet, created so many options and avenues, especially for the Indian creative brains, where first time India has made a major presence. When I say India, I do not mean India as it is existing today. I am including Pakistan and Bangladesh. Here is a gentleman sitting right next to me, a student of mine in the 1993 on at Kellogg, a program I initiated in Kellogg for the first time, not necessarily an MBA, but a program called Master of Management in Manufacturing. And the very first batch had some amazing students, including one you may know, the CEO of Ashok Leyland by name Vinod Dasari. And in the next batch he is there, and we all came to even India after certain major problems happened due to this Babri Masjid. And since then, my association with some of my students who are amazingly creative in terms of creating ideas, creating wealth, creating jobs, rather than consuming wealth or consuming jobs. And one thing is this one. Now, imagine Yaksee and its benefits. Imagine a broadcasting TV station, including CNBC or whatever it is. Imagine the kind of things that we see in Skype, one-on-one only, or the kind of things in WhatsApp, or the kind of things that you see in YouTube, and put all of them together, and then apply it to e-learning or distance learning or anything. So therefore, my needs of knowledge dissemination throughout the world, not necessarily with the brick and mortar which we have in Great Lakes Chennai or Great Lakes Gurgaon, actually Manasar, where we have a 7.5 acre campus which we are going to take on in less than 2 months. And as a matter of fact, I am going to have a presence in the 2-day industry summit, investment summit at Visakhapatnam for Andhra Pradesh. Both of us will be there. And instead of me pressing the button for launching today, Chandrababu Naidu will press the button, but the same idea. And they are also asking us to create a Great Lakes University. Now, the time has come where the human resources are limited, but the technology is abundant. And can I make education affordable, available, accessible anywhere in the world, including, let us say, Latin America, Ghana, Nigeria, or tier 3 cities in India, or wherever. So therefore, we need to have a platform, a device and a technology with all the convergence where the knowledge that has been substantially created with human beings in a touch and feel brick and mortar story can create a click and bottom wherever in the world. And so therefore, for the past 4 or 5 years, a group of people who were originally at Cisco Systems, and he was the second in command in terms of the Chief Technology Officer, which is now currently taken by another Indian lady by name Padma Shri Warrior. So this group of people for the past 4 or 5 years put pure passion and their money on a part-time basis while they were full-time somewhere. And that is the beauty of Indians. When I say Indians, I am including Bangladesh. And these are the people, including some Americans, Keith and others. We created that. So suddenly I thought, tomorrow we are going to announce and sign an MOU with the Illinois Institute of Technology, where the Associate Dean of all these international programs is already in place, and tomorrow around 10 o'clock he is going to sign an MOU where MBA is available to anybody, not with a brick and mortar, but it is like the moose, but we call it as choose, customized, hybrid, open, online courses and evaluation. Available anywhere in the world. And that means how to communicate that to everybody so that a live physical seeing is possible, talking is possible, talking is yak, seeing is see, Yaksee. And that is exactly this program. And that is exactly the platform. That is exactly the process. That is exactly the technology. That is exactly the convergence. And you are going to see that right now. So it is very easy for me and any professors like Bobby Srinivasan, who was originally at IFM, like Professor Swaminathan, all the people all over the place who are in Madras or Chennai can propagate their knowledge and direct communication through the media of Yaksee and directly connect to anybody in the world, millions and billions of people. And therefore, the scaling that is making possible and the availability of the knowledge and the courses like Coursera can also be done. And not only that, you have to not see the people, now you can see, interact simultaneously and periodically even discuss with any professors in Chennai from anywhere, let us assume from Chicago or Seattle or any other place or even Silicon Valley. I think this is the world where the internet has been replaced by all kinds of other things. Then later on the Google and other search engines came. Then later on some other applications came. Now the question of manipulation of the content. If you see a TV, a kid is not interested in seeing the TV. Why? It is a flat material coming in. And you cannot interact with that. You can see that. So the only thing the kid can do is change the channel. Now if the kid can interact, for example, I have 4 grandchildren. And I took them to all kinds of Disneyland, Disney Magic Cruise, this, that. They were happy seeing Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. But ultimately I took them to Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. One of the fantastic museums. A similar museum copied in Toronto. That's all. Now there the kid can go into see how the heart functions by clicking. He is seeing that. Not that there is a direct interaction communication. Now the happiness the kid had because he can control the output and the outcome and manipulate is the future generation of the world who are going to create a lot of it. That manipulation capabilities, that interaction capability, that changing the content capability is not available in YouTube, not available in Facebook, not available in the broadcasting station, whether it is wherever it is coming. It is some program director decide what to show. You don't say. You don't have anything. Either you take it or leave it. Now you can interact simultaneously. And that is where the power of Yaksee comes. And that is why this education from Ghana or South America or from Kaduramangalam, where my mother comes from, near Puttar, that candidate also learned MBA and he did not go to Great Lakes, he did not go to IIM Ahmedabad. And therefore, the merger of the need of this e-learning anywhere in the world and the availability of the medium can coexist where academic elegance blends with business relevance and make it at an affordable, accessible way. And that is what it is. and I want you to see that, witness that, and be proud of being here on a day when such a magnificent technological advancement is available to not only Indians, everybody in the world, including Bangladesh. This has been launched in Bangladesh, this has been launched in Silicon Valley, now it comes to Chennai. I really thank all of you who are here, and you will have plenty of time to ask questions either Shah Talukdar or his three associates, Suresh, and then Venkat is here. Where is Venkat? So Venkat, anybody else is here? So these three also are there. There's a group of people in Hyderabad also working on Yaksee, creating that thing. And of course, many of us are looking for some investment also. That's why we are going to go to Visakhapatnam as well as Silicon Valley. And Google is one of the major sponsors who nurtured that. And there are others are also involved. But let me stop here, and we will open to questions after you hear from Shah. So Shah is going to say a few words, and then I will have the honor of just see. You do not need to know how the Coke machine works, where to put the bloody money, and where to take the Coke. So I know only that. I need Coke, so I told him, here is the machine, here is where you use it. The only difference in this machine is you don't put money. You get it. Thank you very much, Shah. Welcome to Chennai and welcome to India.
21 years, he's still not off. So, it's fantastic to be here. Thanks for sponsoring it. So, there is a genesis of why this thing happened. I'll let you folks go to the web and read it. The fundamental problem was, how do you create something, and in this case it's education center. How do you, it's okay, I'm okay, I can project. Can you guys hear me?
No, I think people at the back will find it difficult. So, you're getting a mic there.
It really was, and this was, I'll tell you a little story I think is important for you. My daughter was a very heavy international synchronized swimmer. It's a very tough sport. She was on the US national team, and she was only 11. And she was gone for 7 weeks in the US Olympic Stadium in New York to train and train. I didn't see her for a long time. And she was flying to Lima, Peru, and she was doing this synchronized swimming. And this is the first competition I could not go. I was bad. Okay? Because I could not be there, I could not see it, I could not talk to her, there was a phone conversation, I was just absolutely. So that being a technologist and being Indian, you start to say, how can I solve the problem? My wife was talking to me on the phone, telling me what was going on. The video would come to me after 5 weeks. It was not good enough. It was not just me. There were thousands of parents around the US who were missing that. So my point was, why could not my wife, being there, broadcast that entire conversation, not just the event? Why could she not do it from the hotel where the kids are, and why could not I interact with my daughter? Not just me, all the other parents could, why they could not interact. So that was the element that was missing. That was nearly 5 years ago. And there were other issues. My daughters were also teaching English to girls in Bangladesh. They went there and got destroyed by what they saw. So they wanted to teach English using Skype in this case to girls in Bangladesh in a non-profit. And they did it for 5 years. So we connected the high school students in Los Gatos in Silicon Valley to girls in Bangladesh, and they're teaching English. It was brilliant. It was absolutely fabulous to see over 5 years the transformation that happens when you take somebody who sort of knows English but can't really pronounce all the words. Now suddenly we connected 20 students from a high school, grade 10, 11, 12, to girls in Bangladesh now, who were learning English directly without any intervention from students in the US. It was one-to-one Skype, right? So my point was, why could not one girl teach 100 girls, 200 girls, 1,000 girls, anywhere in the world, interactively teach English? That was the genesis of the idea 5 years ago. And therefore, of course, typically you don't just do these things. I patent the process, it is patented in the US, it's patented in Europe. And the Indian patents over time, we don't get it. It's a little slower.
You cannot patent in China.
No, you don't want to go near China. So anyway, so that's what this is. So this is an interactive broadcast. I'm using words that I'll show you actually. It's global interactive broadcast, meaning from your phones, I see a lot of Android devices or iOS, literally, the click of a button, I'll show you now, you can become the vision of Yaksee Radio. And I'm focusing on education, because that is the soul of the engine is education. So the key becomes, you can all literally with the one click of a button, broadcast globally and select anybody in the world, if they're on your channel, turn on the camera, pull them onto your broadcast. Everybody watches. That is really what it is. The rest is, so let me transition to the action demo. Seeing is the important part. I don't need this mic. I'll project my voice and hold your questions, or you can ask me questions. Let's the demo go through, and then we'll open up for all the questions you want to ask. Let's just sit and answer questions. Is that fair? Is that okay? And we want it to be an animated conversation, right? We will talk with each other. So is this on? And if you don't mind, can I push this screen back a little bit? Yeah, no problem. Because then I can't see the screen. So we will do a few things. Of course, you see we are logged in here. We log in with Facebook for now. We have nothing to do with it. Okay. The reason we log in with Facebook is because it's easy. They manage all the young kids, all that kind of stuff. You use your stuff. So it's okay. So the key here becomes, you can go and create groups. Anybody who is, if you have hundreds and thousands of friends on Facebook, you register to Facebook, to Yaksee, they automatically become your Yaksee friends. So if you have 1,000 people on Facebook, and 500 of them actually register to Yaksee, they automatically become your Yaksee friends. So you notice I've got these Yaksee friends. I will not spend too much time here. I can create a group, and I can put everybody there if I want, right? And I can save it. Let's call it test for now. Okay. I was actually pushing this button. Okay, that's done. So I just created a group. I'm not going to use that group. I'll use an existing group. So what is Yaksee? Yaksee allows you to broadcast globally, and I'll show it to you right now. From this Android phone or a tablet. But before I go there, how do you let people know that you're on a broadcast? How will they join your channel? In the TV, you switch the channel, right? No, we won't do that. What happens when I do the broadcast, let me spend some time here. Oops, I actually try to join a channel. When I do the broadcast, if you create a group, a private group, I'll show you that now, and you broadcast it, your friends will get email notification. In US we do SMS, India we don't here, but they'll get a notification here, and they can join the channel. It's a channel, they can join. Okay. And I'll show you how that's done. Or you can do a public channel where you don't need any Facebook friends, you just blast out, and anybody who's registered the Yaksee can join the channel. And we have a subscription engine. I know there's a lot of press here. How do you make money? I'll show you that. But by the way, this is all free. It's all free. Education must be free. Okay? That's very, very important for us. And this is professional channel, like Professor Bala will get a channel in education, which will be a managed channel. I'll also show you that in a second. How do you manage that? It's not about talking to millions of people. How do you control and manage your conversation, right? That's important. We'll come to that. But we will see how that works. So now, let me do a broadcast. Here we go. And I'm going to do what's called an instant broadcast. I can turn this phone into an interactive TV. But words are very important, interactive. Nobody in the world has interactive TV, right? Or I can turn this is conditioned for a 3G network. Very important for us. We are in India, we're in Bangladesh, 3G networks, and it's not, we're still voice centric, right? So it's conditioned for a 3G network. If we have 4G, voila, fantastic. We have done Suresh's here, folks are here. We've done a lot of work in the encoding side of things. How do you really play it with low bandwidth networks? Okay, I'll show you that. And of course we have notifications. So this is the platform. So I created a group for press briefing before. And in that press briefing, we had a set of people there. Okay, there were 16 people in the press briefing. Some guys in Hyderabad, some in the US, all this kind of stuff. So that's the group. I'm going to go and now do a broadcast. And I'm usually very nervous when I click this button. Professor Bala, do you want to click this button? I hope it works. I'm kidding. we are dealing with a lot of unknowns here. We are going from a mobile phone to a laptop, and I hope it's all in the cloud. There's no resource here, please. This button right there, you go click it. Yeah, you can put me out there if you want. Yeah, this. There we go. Thank you. So you click the button, and let's start praying. So this has been, let's see what happens. So normally it's a lot faster. Let's see how the internet works. And if it's not, I'll tell my guys to clean things up. So basically, this is a broadcast. There we go, the broadcast is done. So I'm broadcasting globally now. Okay? It's gone. So everybody that I invited can all join. So as you see, when people are going to join, you'll see it on the participant list. So we know everybody who has joined. There's no limit. Everything is happening on the cloud. All I have is a mobile phone. You give me a 3G network, I'll do it right now with you. Okay? You'll do it after the demo. Whoever has a phone, Android phone, decent Android phone, not a normal one, have a 3G network, we'll do it today with you on a 3G network. Okay? So this is not, 5 people have joined. So the key becomes, by the way, they're all listening to us. They're all listening to us. They cannot see you, but I'll do something very funky so you'll see you. So now they are there, I'm going to go and say, okay, think of citizen reporting as. I suddenly switched on my back, and now they can see you guys. Everybody's seeing. I can't move the cable here, it's connected to the laptop. Okay? They're all seeing you. Say hi, can you please say hi?
Hi.
Come on, have some juice. Hi!
Hi.
There we go, it's getting there. It's not there yet. So we'll get you guys conditioned, okay? I know you're pressed, you're really concerned about this. So let's do this. So we'll have some fun, guys. So I then flip it back to the back camera. So you can interactively switch the camera. Nobody in the world can do what I'm going to show you now. I say it very proudly. Now this is easy. I'm not talking about this. So let's see who's on the session. I see there are a bunch of people on the session. So let me select Darlene. Not because she's my wife, because she's far away. So let me select her. Darlene, I'm selecting a camera. So I have requested a camera. I have a right to request a camera. This is the internet, folks. She has a right to refuse. My wife should probably refuse, but anyway. So she has a right to refuse, right? So thankfully she didn't. So she has selected her camera. We are very network savvy. I was in Cisco long enough. So we know when you select a camera, you know if we give you 10 seconds, if we haven't selected, we move away. Now let me get my wife on the call. Okay. And there she is. Hey, darling.
Hi.
So that's...
Very nice to join you at the press briefing. I'm calling in from Silicon Valley in California.
Right.
Hi, darling.
Professor Bala, she can hear you from
Hi,
there.
Professor Bala. How are you?
Hi, darling.
Whoa, hang on. Wait a second.
I heard it.
You heard it? Cool. Why don't I just point you to Professor Bala? There we go, there he is in the corner. Professor Bala, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Hi
there.
There we go. Okay? So I'm actually manipulating the content. She can also. Okay, she can also. So that's Darlene. Darlene, I'm about to do some very important things. So you understand the salient criticality of what we're doing. And why it is so tough to do what we're doing. Darlene, can you please do me a favor? Can you do a 1, 2, 3 test, please?
Okay, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So folks who are not technical, I want you to remember something, the synchronization. Everything is happening on my phone. That took us 2 years. Just that 2 years to finish. Okay. It's extremely difficult. Video is easy. Audio, very tough. Folks who are in the audience will know that. Okay. So it took us 2 years. So darling, can you flip on your back camera, please?
Okay, sure.
So this is coming from Silicon Valley near San Francisco. Okay. And I'll do the same thing with the guys in Hyderabad. Okay. And the focus of distance learning, I'll explain that to you in a second. That's really the plus one. So I don't know if my dog is there. I've got a very big, great day kind of a dog. 140 pounds. She's probably sleeping right now.
Yeah, the dog is sleeping right now.
Okay. So she's, leave the light alone.
Sorry, it's too dark.
No worries. So you get a sense about how you can leverage it for teaching. I'll tell you in a second how you can do it. Okay? So darling, thank you. May I request you to turn back the front camera, please? By the way, while we are doing this, Venkat is connected. You notice everybody who is connected is watching both of exactly this on the screen. So you're broadcasting this interactively globally. Okay? Got it? So darling, if I raise my hand, ready?
Okay.
Say you love me forever, I'm kidding. Ready? I drop my hand, I say 1, you raise your hand.
Yeah.
Put it down, ready? 1.
2.
So that I wanted to show you as a lag and delay. I'll do that. This is going all the way from San Francisco and back. I wanted you to really understand what's going on. There's a lot of stuff happening. Okay. So how do you compress, how do you do X, Y, Z? We'll come to that. So thank you so much, darling. So now, darling, what I will do, I will stop her interview. Make up a button and stop her interview. And I'll select somebody from our office in Hyderabad. Let me select Pavan, you there? There's
3, 4, 5.
again, the synchronization. Internet is unpredictable. You cannot predict the internet. The packets come through 30 different routes, okay? How are we doing it? That's my packet. Okay. So I'm going to raise my hand. I'm making my packet with these guys. Let's give the credit to you, right? Okay, where's the other one? There it is. So I'm going to put my hand down, and when I say 1, you say 2, okay? Ready? 1.
2.
Okay. Again, this is coming from Hyderabad, but it's going to the Taiwan's Google Cloud in Taiwan and back. So you condition it like that. Okay. So while this is happening, if I'm in a 3G network, I say, okay, cool, this is all great stuff. I'm on a high bandwidth network right now. Just doing a demo. But if I'm in a 3G network, I have SIM cards. I don't have money. Don't forget, Bangladesh is using to some extent. I have 300 taka, which is a lot of money for some people, right? I want to learn though. I want to teach, I want to learn, I want the teacher to say something. Okay, I will suddenly stop my video. I go to radio mode. Okay? I can put both of them in a radio mode. Now, on a mobile device, run 3 different independent video streams. Independent. All independent. So, I am now, from the source, disconnecting the video. It's only audio coming to you. So if you have a 3G metered bandwidth, my daughter Leila is teaching to girls in Bangladesh. They don't want to spend the 3G bandwidth, it's metered, but they want to listen. But then, you can't teach English if you don't watch the face and mouth and the muscles, right? Say trunk, elephant, how do you say elephant, right? So, as soon as you do that, you go to the teacher and say, okay, listen to me. This is how you say elephant, right? This is a sea. Or we live near the Santa Cruz Ocean, near the Pacific Ocean. Waves go by. And I'll show you how we can use all of this to teach. Okay? So now you get a sense about our mentality was, how do you take education to millions? I really don't care about which ones in Dhaka or Bombay or Mumbai, forget about that. I'm talking about where Professor Bala really wants to take the knowledge. How do you reach them? I can't build the 3G networks, he's going to come, but I can build the tools that allow him to take it there, right? So let me stop this one, I can come back to the video. Pavan, can you turn on your back camera, please? Just so you know that, there's no anything else going on with the server system. But there's a very important distinction. I was in Nashville, Tennessee, about 3 years ago, and we made a very important point. We, Yaksee, will never own the content in videos. I don't like Facebook, I don't like YouTube, not because of the engine or Google, because you put something on the network, it's theirs. That's not equitable, I just don't like it. Okay? So what we said, if you broadcast, it's your content, you can store it on a server, you manage it, you pay me a little money, because it costs money to store. But end of the day, the content will belong to you. So if you record, the content is yours. Okay? And then you can decide who can watch it, who cannot watch it. If you want to monetize it, we can do all of that. Not today. Architecture is there. I don't have any people, right? Or volunteers. So the intent is yes, that's exactly the direction. Right? Any more questions?
If there is somebody who wants to raise a question on the other side, chat is the only way, or can they?
Question is
Just want to know, like, if somebody else, say, who is hearing this, want to say raise a point, or just to say that I didn't understand what you said, can they do in any other way other than the chat? Can they ping you or something? They can communicate with you.
Okay, so the question is, look, I'm broadcasting, but keep in mind the scale of this is not conferencing. Conferencing, you're always on. This is nothing to do with conferencing. You're broadcasting. You're thinking about 100,000 people, let's say. That's the architecture for that. So when you're doing that, you will get pings. We have enabled the chat-based pinging now, right? You don't want too much information coming to you. Keep in mind, this is like an interactive TV station, right? So they can send you chats today. We also can enable a message engine, which you haven't done yet, right? Those are simple technology things that we can do, right? I'm saying simple because we can do it, but it's pretty complex. But the key is, answer is yes. There are multiple modalities of somebody coming back to you. And then if you say, okay, I want you to talk to me, you're from Ghana, okay? Ping, you ping them on. And you talk to them. Now they are not only chatting with you, but now they're on the screen talking to all of your families, everybody is. So very good question. So is chat, somebody wants to come to you, it's chat for now. And then of course you can put in a message engine also. But if you have a large audience, and that's where I really want to go, what I showed you, as I said, 5-6% of Yaksee is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But where you really want to take is how Professor Bala is going to use it, what we call a managed Yaksee. I'll come to that in a second. Any more questions?
Can you see your 3-4 videos? You're speaking to 3-4 people. Can you have all the videos simultaneously up?
The question is, I am now showing you two. Myself, the broadcaster, that's Professor Bala, and an interviewee, right? Question was, can I have 3, 4, 5 people at the same time on the interview session? Can I do it architecturally? You better do it. Patent is that. However, question is not that. You are telling me, oh, India, 3G network, nothing will work. If I have 5 videos running, what the heck is going to happen to your network? I can do it, you can't afford it. That's the problem. I can do it, this device cannot support it. You see what I'm saying? So architecturally, we can absolutely do it. In fact, I have another patent that does exactly that. We call it Group Video Chat. So the way we do it is for now to support, again, keep in mind, I come from the US, I have massive bandwidth, but I'm not designing this for the US. I'm designing it for India and Bangladesh, 3G networks. I can.
But in 4G, sir?
Huh?
But in 4G, there is
4G is fantastic, it works on 3G. Your 4G is irrelevant now. Please, okay? You don't have a 4G network in India. Bangladesh is gone, forget it. So 4G, I had a wonderful chat to Professor Bala. Look, these countries are voice-centric. Bangladesh is voice-centric. India fundamentally is still voice-centric. Okay? Large GDP engines have already gone to data. US, Europe, they're all data-centric. Look at the data patterns, okay? So my request, I can't do anything about it, I'm inconsequential. But folks like Professor Bala and people he knows, is how do you move to a 4G capability? Manage and so that people can afford it. You can't make it so expensive nobody can use it, right? So if you can move to a 4G framework with reasonable bandwidth, but we're talking about 5G now, right? 4G, if it comes, you become a data-rich country. Your GDP is going to go nuts. It's a direct correlation. I'm not the professor with that. Professor Bala has. So they will understand how to explain that. But did I answer your question? So it's a question of how much bandwidth do you have? And if you look at the new mobile, don't forget, I've had this technology for 5 years. But the platform wasn't there. Your old Android phones, what was the like? You couldn't do hardly anything. Now you can, right? The new generation of operating systems and devices that are coming are really good. These are good stuff.